Alright everyone, today we are checking out the Milwaukee 14-inch top handle chainsaw kit. This is product number 2826-21T. In this video today we'll go through the unboxing, we'll cover the setup, we'll go over all the features that this chainsaw offers, and of course we'll go over product demonstration featuring both small and large tree stumps. So stick around as we go through it, so let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. Alright, so everything we need to get going should be included in this kit, but let's go ahead and open it up and go through it together. So first off, we just have some packaging material. We can throw that away. Let's pull this big unit out. Alright, so here we have the actual chainsaw and then our manuals. So we have the battery charger manual and the manual for the actual chainsaw itself. We have the main unit just wrapped up here in a bag. It comes out fully assembled, so nothing we have to actually set up. So as you can see, it is good to go. Only thing we really need to do is add the oil, which we'll do here in a little bit. We can pop the cover off and see that our chain is already mounted and ready to go for us. And we'll put it back on for now and put it off to the side. Moving on, we have more packaging material. We can pitch that to the side. Here we have our battery. It's usually in this sealed box. And then packed in here as well, we have our charger. So it is going to be the M18 rapid charger, the dual bay one, so you can do your M12s and your M18s. And then let's go ahead and open this box up. And as I said, this should be our battery. So that's going to be the M18 red lithium high output 8 amp battery. So as you can see here, we have the battery, the charger, and then our chainsaw. So as I said, everything you need to get going is included. We just need to add the chain oil. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. So the only two things that you need that aren't included in the kit are just some bar and chain oil and then a small funnel to be able to pour it into the oil reservoir, and I'll link those items below if you do need those. Now as far as setting up the oil goes, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is remove this oil fill cap. It unscrews counterclockwise. Lift it off to the side. It does have a little catch bar on it. Put your funnel in. Grab your bar and chain oil and pour it in slowly. Now one thing I will recommend is as you're pouring, lift the funnel up and kind of watch to see how much you're actually pouring in. Because what happened to me the first time around, I was waiting for the oil to be visible in the viewing window, and because of the angle I was at, I didn't realize I was spilling oil all over the place. So as you fill it up, you can kind of gauge how full it's going to be. Once you're filled up, just remove your funnel, and as you can see, it's right there on the edge. But even though it is all the way up, you can't really see that it's filled up the viewing window until you tilt it. So as you can see here, now that I've tilted it, you can see the bar and chain oil is filled up a little bit more. And that's essentially what happened to me earlier. Because the unit was completely flat, I wasn't able to see that the oil actually filled up all the way. So with that done, let's go ahead and check out the features. First up, we have our cover, or climbing scabbard if you want to be official. We have two rope tie-ins, one on the tip here and one on the base. What I do like as well is that the cover does cover the metal bucking spikes, so that helps protect you. And I do like that the bucking spikes are made out of metal, whereas a lot of competitors have been using plastic lately. Next up, we have the battery installation. Overall, pretty easy. We have a large bay on the back. So in our case, we're using the included 8 amp battery that came with the kit. As you can see, all you gotta do is slide it in the back, slap it into place, make sure it's secured. And you still got about 2 fingers width if you do want to go for a larger battery. On the back here, we do have a flip up lanyard hook, so that's nice for you guys that are going to be climbing with the unit. Then on the underside of the unit, we have our onboard wrench storage. So easily pops out, slides right out, and this is going to be the wrench to adjust your chain. And then restoring the wrench is just a matter of popping it into the little tab and locking it back in place. On the top of the unit, we find our trigger lock. So as you can see here, we are locked out, but if we depress the lock, it gives us full access to the variable speed trigger. Now the unit does feature a fully controllable variable speed trigger. And then of course we also have a fully functioning inertia brake, which I'll demonstrate here for you guys. And this will also serve as your chain brake, which I highly recommend you guys keep active whenever you're transporting the unit. Alright, so this brings us over to the product demonstration. Here, as you can see, we have a 4-inch thick branch. Not entirely sure what type of wood this is, but this happened to be one of the branches that fell from the most recent storm that we've had. So let's go ahead and give this a cut. So as you can see, it cut through this without any issues whatsoever. It's a nice clean cut here on the edge. So overall, very pleased with the small cuts. According to Milwaukee, you should be able to get about 150 cuts on a branch of this size on one 8-amp battery. Now I also did want to go ahead and test the unit on something bigger. So here we had another tree that fell during the last storm, and it's close to 18 inches thick. So let's see how this 14-inch chainsaw can tackle something a little bit bigger.
Now you come around the other side, do the same thing.
So it wasn't 100% ideal, however, I think for its size, the chainsaw did absolutely fantastic with this larger tree trunk. As you can see, it left a nice clean cut, and other than not being able to go all the way through, I think it did perfectly fine. And as far as cutting power goes, I've put this chainsaw right on par with the gas counterparts. The shavings came out clean and crisp, no gumming of the unit, and it cut through this tree trunk like it was nothing. So I'm actually really impressed in the quality of both the chain and the unit. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that we ended up doing 5 more big cuts on this big 20-inch thick tree, and we ended up overheating the battery. It's cooled off now, but as you can see, after 5 cuts, we've gone through about half of the battery, so it is going to be using a lot more juice if you are cutting something larger. And that concludes our video. So as always, if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe. Any questions, drop them down below, and we'll see you around for the next one.